iOS 18 public beta is available for everyone and I immediately updated mine. These are my most favorite iOS 18 features after using it for a couple of weeks. And steps to update your iPhone to iOS 18 also coming up. First, flashlight. First off, there is a new animation in Dynamic Island. Looks much cleaner. To increase or decrease the brightness of the flashlight, you can swipe up and down and the intensity will change with a cool new animation. But my favorite part is now in iOS 18, you can also control the focus or the angle of the light coming out. That's right. Along with the brightness, you can control if you want the flashlight to be spread out or focused to a small area. I initially thought it was a gimmick, but I tested it out in various conditions and it really works. The animation for this also looks super cool. Check here. If I swipe up and down, it controls brightness, and if I swipe left or right, it controls the focus or spread of light. I don't think there is any special hardware in the flashlight, and I'm really wondering how they pulled it off with software. If you know how it works, let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious. Second, small animation changes while pressing physical buttons. Now, if you press any physical buttons like the action button, Siri, or power button, or even the volume button, there is a subtle push in animation for each press. It's not a big change, and we have seen these already in many Android phones, but it's very well made visual change and I really like it on iPhones. The upcoming iPhone 16 model is supposed to come with another landscape button for taking photos and videos, and even that button is supposed to get this animation. Now to the big ones. Third, home screen customization ability. Finally, iPhone users can now place their home screen icons anywhere on their home screen. Android users will be mocking right now, but better late than never. I can pull an app icon and drop it anywhere on the home screen now. It wasn't possible before. Not just that, you can now customize a few more things. Long press anywhere on the home screen, you will see a familiar rearrange screen. Now tap edit on the top and tap customize. Now you get a few more new customization options. First, you can make the app icon size large or small. You can also enable and disable dark mode directly from here by tapping this icon on the left corner. My favorite of the home screen customization options, there is a dark mode for app icons as well. Tap this dark option at the bottom and now all your app icons will automatically get dark mode icons. I'll be honest, I was never a big fan of dark mode, but I'm really loving this dark mode icons. They look so good even on third-party app icons. And my least favorite of the home screen customization is this tinted app icon option. With iOS 18, you can give a tint to all your home screen app icons by picking your favorite color. I call this my least favorite because despite trying 100 different combinations, I could never get a tint that looks good on the home screen. I would have liked a black and white or gray mode instead of a tint model. I feel that would have looked much nicer. Anyway, fourth, control center customization. The home screen customization was nice, but I think the control center customization is the real deal for me. Instead of a boring single page control center, you can now add as many control center pages as you want and you can swipe between each of them like this. I have one for common controls, one for home controls, and one for music, and one for my shortcuts. There is a plus symbol at the top where you can add more controls to your control center. There are a ton of control options available to be added now. Not just that, Apple is allowing third-party apps also to add controls now. So I will be able to unlock my car with a control center option or view Amazon cart directly from the control center. Other exciting changes, I can change the layout and the size of the controls as well, like the home screen. Now, long press and you can see the wiggling icons. You can move them wherever you want or even hold and expand a control to a preset size possible. I've set it up in a way I use the most and made the controls bigger, which I use the most frequently. I'm loving this control center customization so much more than the home screen one. Can't wait for the third-party apps. Speaking of customization, you can now even change the shortcuts on the lock screen to anything you like, not just flashlights and cameras. I've set it to open my to-do app instead of flashlight shortcut. Apple is now giving more options to use your action button in this settings. Apple is going all in on customization this year. Good for us. Next, the new passwords app. This is a new app which can save all your online account username and passwords and even autofill when visiting a website. You can add a new password by tapping this plus icon, or when you fill a new username password, your iPhone will automatically ask if it can save it to your passwords app. This is literally money saver, at least for me. I have so many passwords that I use across various devices and have been using LastPass as my password manager app for quite some time now. It cost me $36 a year to use across my phone, laptop, and iPads. There were iCloud keychains already in iOS to remember and fill passwords, but it had two issues. It didn't have a good interface for me to add, update, and view my passwords. Second, I also use Windows and Edge browsers, and iCloud keychains would not work there for me. So I needed LastPass. Until now, the new Passwords app is a redesigned keychain features where you can view all your passwords, passkeys, Wi-Fi passwords, and security code. I can add, edit, or view my passwords easily. Safari and other apps get a good autofill option, and more importantly, it works well with Windows as well. When I install iCloud for Windows, I get autofill on my Edge browser. So now I can stop my LastPass subscription and save some money. It has some downsides, but it works well for me and saves some dollars. So thanks, Apple. Sixth improvement to the Messages app. After a long struggle, RCS messaging is finally here. RCS is a common messaging standard, and so messaging between iPhone and Android phones will have a better user experience, like typing indicators, full resolution images, message reactions, etc. In other updates to messages, scheduled messages are coming to iPhones. You can now type in a message and tell when it has to be delivered. The iPhone will automatically send it at the scheduled time. There are also much more text formatting options. You can make a word bold, strike through, and even add some cool animations. I don't know how much I will use these formatting options, but for those who do, there are a lot more now. Tabback reactions have more options now, including adding your own smileys, and your messages can do math calculations too now. If iOS understands you are doing some math, it can auto suggest results to be added. Okay, next, notes and calculator improvements. Apple Notes is one of my favorite apps of all time. I made a whole video explaining all its features. Now, with iOS 18, it's getting even better. Now you can record and save audio directly within a note. Not just that, when you record and save audio, it will automatically add a very nice summary and create a full-length transcript of the recorded audio, which means you can search in notes about what you spoke. Cool, isn't it? Apple Notes now also supports collapsible sections within a note. This will help with organizing a note better. And finally, Math Notes, which you might have already heard about. Notes is now AI integrated, so it can understand what you're typing, and if it identifies any math equation or even simple calculations, it can automatically solve and suggest the right result. You can now edit values on the fly, and result will auto-update automatically too. There are so many real-world use cases of this feature, like monthly budgeting, managing expenses, helping teach kids math. Let me know if you would want a full demo on this feature. This math app note feature is also available on the calculator app. Okay, those were my top favorite features in iOS 18. I'm really looking forward for Siri improvements with Apple Intelligence, but it's not available as part of public beta, and it'll only be available later this year. So I'm waiting on that one. Another nice feature I'm waiting on is for the mail app improvements, like Gmail, Apple Mail app can categorize my emails for me now. This is helpful to separate out the promotional emails from the important ones. It's also still unavailable at public beta. There is also improvements to the interface of Photos app. I'm still not a huge fan of this UI change, still getting used to it. So it didn't make it to my favorite iOS 18 features cut. Oh, if you also want to try out the public beta for iOS 18, go to Settings app, go to General, Software Updates. Here you will see a section called Beta Updates. Choose iOS 18 Public Beta there. Now you should see the iOS 18 beta update available for you. The public beta has been 95% good for me. There are some small bugs here and there, but nothing worrying or breaking. What's your favorite feature of iOS 18? Let me know in the comments below. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.